Dude,
here's what I was
you
thinking.
gotta believe.
Maybe we could have some sort of riddle,
Wait for it.
like something that you have to look for. Sort of a Where's Waldo? All right, let's quit while we're ahead.
That was so awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so it's official. Death Stranding is releasing November 8th, 2019. That leak that we got earlier was true. We have the new trailer now revealing this release date, but this trailer, wow. There is so much in this trailer that is so incredibly awesome. I honestly expected to be excited, but not to be this excited. And I don't mean to sound like hyperbolic here, but this trailer, it showed way more, obviously, than any other Death Stranding trailer we've gotten in the past. And we did finally see gameplay. And the thing that kind of stuck out to me was the diversity, I guess you could say, in what the gameplay is going to offer. I know that there's some people who've kind of poked fun at this game because based off of what we've seen up until this point, it seemed like it was going to be like a walking simulator or a FedEx simulator, like you're just delivering packages and you're just going to be traversing terrain. And it seems that that's definitely not going to be the case. Not only does the main character Sam now have a bike to ride, which just makes sense because it is starring Norman Reedus and he's, big into bikes. And we know him and Kojima are good friends, so I'm sure it just, was natural to put that in there. We know that there's going to be combat, and I think that was the big thing that everybody was kind of wondering. At least it was something that I was curious about, because when you think about the Metal Gear Solid games, they are combat heavy, but they're not the type of games being, stealth action where they encourage you to, every time you're encountering enemies or whatever, it's not really encouraging you to just go all-out action, taking out people left and right. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you can do that. And it seems like Kojima wants to make sure that in Death Stranding you do have options. I noticed that it almost seems like you can maybe run away and escape from certain encounters. When we got to the section in the trailer where the enemies caught up with Sam as he was trying to run away, and he just started meleeing them and just beating the crap out of them, that caught me off guard. I was not expecting that, and that was just awesome. And then there was this scene, and I apologize, I know I'm going to be all over the place in this video, but this is just my off-the-cuff reaction to what I just saw, because my mind is blown here. That section of the trailer where he seems like he's back in World War I, and that was kind of, I think, the only time we saw him firing a gun, or what seems to be a gun. And it looks like it's going to be very similar to the way the shooting mechanics were in the Metal Gear Solid games, specifically Metal Gear Solid 5, which was very, very good. I think it was definitely above average, for sure. At least I enjoyed it. And I don't know, it's just really awesome to see that this game has come together the way it has in such a short period of time, honestly. I know that maybe for some people they are not surprised to hear that this game is actually going to be the big 2019 PS4 title, but if I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of shocked by this. I really am. I was not expecting Death Stranding, out of all of the upcoming PS4 exclusives that we know about, I was not expecting Death Stranding to be the big holiday 2019 game, and I am just so curious to learn more about this game, to see more gameplay. I'm sure leading up to the release, Sony is going to release a lot more gameplay. Kojima Productions is going to release a lot more gameplay, and I'm going to be just really interested to see how some missions play out. The diversity of the environments, as you could see in this trailer, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be different environments. Considering the premise of the game, which is about, bridging connections and rebuilding what seems to be America, you can tell there's going to be a lot of diversity, and they can kind of really do whatever they want in terms of, pretty much anything. I mean, looking at what Kojima's doing, it's clear that this game is going to be an absolute mind F, and that's kind of what he's known for. And I can tell you, as somebody who's played a lot, or pretty much all of the Metal Gear Solid games, this game looks like it's taking it to another level. I'm going to read here what Kojima posted on Twitter, actually. He came out and he kind of gave us a little, just a little message right before he released the trailer, and it says, "People have built walls and become accustomed to living in isolation. Death Stranding is a completely new type of action game, excuse me, where the player's goal is to reconnect isolated cities and a fragmented society. All elements, including the story and gameplay, are bound together by the same theme of strand or connection. As Sam Porter bridges, you will attempt to bridge these divisions and in doing so, create new bonds and strands with other players around the globe. Through your experience playing the game, I hope you'll come to understand the true importance of forging connections with others. Now please enjoy the latest Death Stranding trailer, Hideo Kojima." So, yeah, it sounds like we are really going to be in for an epic story with Death Stranding, and it's very clear, not only based off of this trailer, but off of the past trailers we've gotten, and just, you know, Kojima and anybody around Kojima who knows what the game is about, you know, the actors and stuff. Everything we've seen, everything we've been hearing, it seems like it's going to be a very, very complex, nuanced story with a lot of detail, and one of these stories where you're really going to have to pay very close attention to every detail if you're going to be able to understand or even comprehend what's going on. I don't know. I'm genuinely very excited. You know, as somebody who, you know, I look at the Metal Gear Solid series as my all-time favorite series in gaming. Those games are special to me. Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 in particular, those games really changed my life. I know that sounds dramatic, but I think we all kind of, you know, anybody who is really into this gaming medium the way we all kind of look to these games, these certain games throughout our lifetime of playing, and there's just those games that stand out that you think, like, has a game really changed my life? And I know, again, I know it sounds dramatic, but thinking about the Metal Gear Solid games, they really have. And to see Kojima come out of the whole Konami thing and what happened there with the Fallout, and hearing the way he was treated and the working conditions and how he wasn't able to do everything he wanted to do with Metal Gear Solid 5, and seeing what happened with Silent Hills, now seeing where he is today, looking at this game, you know, his passion project, knowing he has his own studio, he has Sony backing him up, and obviously he has the fans here. It's great. It's honestly great. It's ideal. It's ideal, and it's not often I feel like we can really celebrate an ideal situation, something coming together the way it should, things playing out the way they should. When it comes to Death Stranding, when it comes to Kojima and everything that him and his studio have been doing, I think it's an ideal situation. And this trailer, seeing just there's just so much here. Obviously, they revealed a lot of new characters. They revealed a couple of special editions. I think there's a collector's edition. You guys can go check into the details. I'm not really going to break that down here. I just really wanted to focus on how crazy this is, that Death Stranding is officially going to be Sony's holiday big exclusive. So many of us were fully expecting The Last of Us Part 2, based off of everything we've been hearing and seeing recently, to be that game. And from what we're hearing now, and I'm going to make a separate video maybe diving into this a little bit deeper, because it sounds like there's more to this than we thought. It seems like now The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be pushed back, and it was actually supposed to be Death Stranding. That was supposed to be the 2020 game, but things have kind of gotten jumbled up and moved around a little bit. But I don't know, man. This is just honestly one of those rare moments where, like, the hype is real. You know, like, the hype is real. I know some people, you know, for as excited as I was about Days Gone, I made a video talking about how the hype is real, and, you know, not everybody agreed with me. There's a lot of people who didn't feel that way. But honestly, looking at Death Stranding, looking at the fan base, not just the Metal Gear Solid fan base, but the PlayStation fan base as well, anybody who's been a fan of Kojima, looking at everybody come together here and the whole theme, you know, around this game, it's something truly special. You know, I had a video idea in mind that I wanted to do at some point, and maybe I'll do it. I'll probably be doing it sooner rather than later now that we know this game's coming out at the end of this year, where I wanted to just talk about why Death Stranding really is a special game. And of course I touched on some of the things within this video, talking about the struggle, you know, to get to this point for Kojima and him having the fans behind him, and yeah, it's crazy, man. The last thing I'll say to kind of end off this video is that I think this game is going to do really, really, really well this holiday season, and I'm actually excited to see this game launching in November, because I consider Death Stranding a juggernaut. I do. Maybe it's not necessarily on the same level as The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I still consider Death Stranding a juggernaut, and it's hard to say what other games are going to be launching around that same time. But all I will say is that if there was any game, maybe other than Call of Duty because of how different they are, and, you know, Call of Duty itself is a juggernaut, if there's any other games that were going to be launching maybe at that same exact time or within that same week, they might want to consider moving now, because I'm telling you, this game's going to be huge. This game has people excited, man. It really does. And anybody who owns a PlayStation, obviously not everybody who owns a PlayStation is going to buy this game, but if you want to get your money's worth, I highly suggest you look forward to this game, because it's going to be something special. And I could just tell by this trailer, I could just tell by the passion that's coming through it, and hearing the way Kojima talks about it and his thought process and his vision that is clearly coming to life here. We are in for a treat. We really are. And I knew even like for, you know, the times that I was really just heavy in the Xbox and I didn't own a PlayStation 4, I knew that when this game dropped, it was going to be the game, if I didn't already have a PS4, which I do now, obviously, it was going to be the game to make me go out and buy one for sure, because there's no way I'm missing Kojima's next game. No way. And yeah, now I'm as excited as ever. So, alright guys, rambling over, I just wanted to make this video confirming November 8th, 2019, official release date for Death Stranding. Look forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing even more gameplay. I really liked what I saw in the trailer. I thought the gameplay looked good. It looks fun. It looks diverse. The environments look diverse. And we know the story is going to be off the wall. And I am just loving every minute of what we're seeing right now. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you in utter shock that this is the release date for Death Stranding? What did you think about the trailer? What did you think about the gameplay? Leave all your thoughts down below. I will be very interested to see what you guys have to say. Be sure to leave the video a like if you enjoyed it. Really helps it out. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.